Final boss of the event, IW-EX-8. I know many people need help with this stage, especially because of the trim medal and even the challenge mode. Now this video is going to have two parts. The first part, we're going to do the normal mode with a trim medal, and then the second part, I'll redo the strategy in challenge mode. So this is going to be quite a long video to watch. Now, for those of you who are wondering what I mean by trim medal, if you get the medal set details over here, one of the medals have a specific condition for EX8. So this one says clear IW-EX-8 with no more than 50 whips if you just want to obtain the medal. But if you want the medal to have a rainbow tint to it, now you need to do IW-EX-8 defeating no more than 30 whips. So it's a pretty tough challenge because it sounds like you need to send the fireballs into the core of the boss, which will actually add HP on the boss. Now we kind of don't want to do that. So there's a little gimmick that you guys can learn from my video in order to make your run even simpler, right? So I won't want to explain too much about the enemies because I've explained it in the previous IW-EX guides and even the normal stages, but we take a look at their stats a little bit. So this one is weak to physical damage and arts damage because it's D and D defense and D res. This one is weak to arts damage because it's D res, and this has B defense and B res. I would say it's better to use arts damage because the defense increase for this guy is a little bit painful. Then for the other people over here, all of these small items need a certain amount of hits, with this one needing the most at 35. Now for the boss, I've explained about him in IW-8. Now I don't want to reread the whole description again, but rather as I play through the stage, I'll explain to you guys some of the ways that he works, alright? So this is a squad that we're going to be using for IW-EX-8. Now, to note, you don't need Steward and Beagle if you're doing the normal mode. But I'm still going to take them anyways, just in case, but I don't think I'll be using them at all. But in challenge mode later on, we will take those two into play, right? So the main star of the show is a Surtur at skill 3 M3. I highly recommend that this Surtur is at least level 60. The higher the level, the better. If you have a level 90 Surtur friend that you can borrow from, that is going to be great. If your friend has potential in the Surtur, like a potential 3, that's also going to be great. But no potential level 60 Surtur should do just fine to follow this guide. Any lower, you can have a bit of a challenge to follow the guide, but if you bring stronger operators, you can compensate the lower level Surtur that exists. Alright, so my Surtur over here is pot 1 and level 75. Next up, you want a standard bearer. This standard bearer, just skill 1 rank 7 will do, don't need to be E2. Right? Then take an Ethan. So Ethan just needs to be at Elite 0, level 1, skill 1, rank 4. Again, you don't need to build your Ethan. You only need to build his skill at Elite 0 up to skill rank 4 in order for his skill 1 to work very well with the stage. Alright? If you still haven't bought an Ethan yet, he only costs 150 red vouchers in the voucher store. I believe you can easily buy him. Right? Then take along a Gravel. Doesn't need to be E2, it just so happens my account has an E2 Gravel. If you use a Elite 1 Gravel at skill 2 rank 7, it's gonna be just fine. Alright, make sure it's skill 2. Then take 2 super strong medics. Preferably 1 strong multi-target medic and 1 strong single-target medic. So Susro is an example of that. Perfumer is also another example, but I'm using Perfumer skill 1 because the ASPD down on the skill 2 can cause some problems. So just Perfumer skill 1, Susuro skill 2, that's gonna work pretty well. If you want to trade for other operators, Nightingale is gonna do amazing in this stage, Telopsis as well, Warfrin, not all too bad, Shining can be decent, Silence also pretty good, Pure Stream also very good, Whispering a consideration for you to take, Volonic maybe can be good as well. Alright, so you can replace with other medics, just make sure that they are stronger than these ones that I show over here. Then, take a marksman sniper. Try your best to make sure that the marksman sniper only shoots 1 person. It will not work if your marksman sniper can hit 2 targets, alright? So for example, what I mean by that is that you can use a Platinum, you can use a Cruise, you can use Exia skill 1, you can use Ash skill 2, kind of, or skill 1, depends on you. But you can't use Blue Poison, because Blue Poison attacks an additional target. Make sure the marksman sniper only hits 1 person, okay? Because the strat might fail if you bring someone who attacks an extra target. Now, next one that you need is a AoE caster. Quite rare for me to recommend it, but an AoE caster is going to do amazing in this stage. this is the trick as to how to cause a gimmick later on, right? If you don't have AoE caster build, try to build one within this guide, or if not, you could try an AoE sniper as well. But be very careful. You need to do what I call a HP balancing act later on. You get what I mean when you see it, alright? So bring along a lava. If you want to replace with someone else, you want to replace with people like Dusk, you want to use Leonhard, maybe a... let's see, who else can you be using? Please don't use Aya, because Aya is a single target. Gitano will also work just fine. Yeah, so you can trade them for lava. Then bring along a healing defender. Spot is the minimum you can go. If you want to take people like your Gumi, Saria, no, you can do so, right? Then take another defender. This one, use someone who has a high defense. So Beagle is an example. Liskam, Hoshiguma, even Mudrock actually, or Nien, Bison, Blitz, like any defender who you think have a high defense can be a person to replace Beagle. And the final operator that you need is a caster. Try to bring your best caster, alright? So Steel is the bare minimum, but if you have someone like Aya, if you have Kyobi, you've got even Carnelian maybe, so try to bring these kind of casters to add more damage to the boss, alright? So remember this, in normal mode, I'm not going to use Steel and Beagle, I'm just going to use the 9 operators in front, but later on we'll introduce the last 2, alright? I'll help you guys train the medal, let's start the stage. IW-EX-8, Field of Forgotten Water. Now to begin the stage, I'll place a myrtle over here. Then I'm gonna put Ethan, just right over there. And I can start to place some medics in. So Ethan will help you to kill all the whips at the start, which is brilliant. You know, then you can place your Surtur here. And once all the whips are killed, you can remove Ethan, and then you can place your last healing defender over there. Generate your DP, so use Myrtle skill. And then once the boss is not immune anymore, you can use Surtur skill to help you out over there. Then feel free to turn on all your medic skill to heal Surtur. You want to keep Surtur alive a little longer so that she can actually damage the boss all the way until his phase 1 ends. So she's gonna fight with her HP, but don't worry. With good medics, good skill ranks, make sure your medics are skill rank 7 at least, then first phase, that's down. Now remove your single target medic from this position, and then place a sniper over here. Now I'm gonna put gravel here, because gravel will help to catch any of the leaking smaller items. Then you can also place an Ethan here, just like that. Alright, time for you guys to learn the gimmick that I was talking about. So, what is this gimmick? Wait for this guy to be stuck onto Spot, alright? So when you see that he's approaching Spot, place a AoE caster over here. You can place your single target medic right over here as well. You can start to remove your gravel, not needed anymore. Now, when the first particular lion looking guy is defeated, remove your marksman sniper, alright? Now you can turn on lava skill if you want to speed up the killing. Okay, here's the thing. There is, in order to trigger the boss to start spawning the wits, there must be no enemies left on the map. Now when you kill the final enemy on the map, if there is this split second where there is considered no enemies, the wits will then start to spawn. But if you notice, I've trapped 2 tigers over here. Now, if you kill both of them at the same time, the wits will actually start to spawn. Alright, so you'll see what I mean. So goal over here is use an AoE caster or AoE sniper to kill these lions to the point where they die at the same time. Alright? Now, the moment they die, retreat your AoE caster. Okay, now look at this. You're gonna see the core spawning. Alright? So I'm gonna pause the video as soon as the core spawns. You see that? So somehow when you kill the final enemy, and if you kill 2 enemies at the same time, you will cause the core to spawn. Now here's the interesting thing. In order for the dragon to spawn, either 20 whips must enter the core, or you must kill 20 enemies. And hear me out, it's enemies. It doesn't have to be the whips. So what we're gonna do is that you notice that the blocks are just flying like that. Ethan is gonna kill these blocks. There are 30 blocks over there. And watch what happens when Ethan does that. Now I'm gonna place Surtur here, and then I'm gonna place Gravel here. The gimmick here is that because the boss starts to spawn only when you kill 20 enemies, the blocks are considered enemies. With Ethan killing all the blocks, you actually early spawn the boss. This will help you to trim your medal much easier. Alright, now retreat your Ethan, not needed anymore. Make sure your Gravel was the last person that you place, and let's turn on Surtur skill. Hey, heal, get Spot to heal himself better. Because there's no core left, the Wisp will just enter the dragon, but they will not give him HP. In order to give the dragon HP, there must be that ball. So, therefore, you're actually tricking the boss in a sense. This is a very fanciful way to do the stage. Now, even if you don't understand, like you're hearing too much information right now, don't worry, I'll teach you the more detailed steps. No, I'll do it faster later on in challenge mode. Okay, you're supposed to place a Gravel to bait, by the way. I forgot. It's okay. You brought an extra defender. So place a defender over here to replace your Spot, in case your Spot does die. Alright, then Surtur is done. Surtur managed to kill. Next, place a Lava over here. Okay, by the way, if your Surtur was dying and you think Surtur needs to live longer, please turn on your medic skill, alright? I should have done that. So very, very fascinating stuff. Let's place Ethan back here. The reason why you retreat Ethan is so that he doesn't kill any whips. Now let's turn on Lava skill to kill these enemies faster. And take note of these lions. Now you're gonna use your Gravel to trap one of the lions. Like that. Now you only retreat Gravel when the second lion is stuck onto your defender. Then you let the lion walk in. So this is a HP balancing act game that we're trying to do right now. Now set up some stuff here. You're gonna put a caster over here and your Surtur on this tile. This time, I'm not going to kill 2 tigers at the same time. I'm gonna leave 1 tiger only, or lion, whichever that is. I think it's a lion. Okay, now let's kill the lion faster with Lava skill. You can start to remove your medics. They're not needed anymore. And then you can remove your Lava, just like that. Now, the core is going to spawn as soon as Ethan attacks these things. So you can see the core spawning, and whatever that blocks that it broke, it's going to count, alright? So I'm gonna place Cruise right here and Gravel over here. Because there are only 15 blocks, you still need to kill some additional whips to hit the enemy count of 20. So let's give this a watch. So by placing Cruise and Gravel, they hurry to eliminate all these whips over here. And you're gonna see that the boss can early spawn. Like that. Once it hits the enemy count of 20, you notice I didn't increase the boss HP, which is great. Now remove all your operators here. Don't need that anymore. Turn on Surtur skill. Alright. And then just let Surtur grind on the boss. As far as she can. She's probably gonna grind it down to about less than half HP. Okay? That's off idea. Then chill. Leave it alone. Wait until your Surtur redeployment time is almost done. Then you just need to play Surtur again to kill the boss. Do note you must finish this stage in 9 minutes. If you don't finish it in 9 minutes, the boss will scream and explode and end your run. So you have to be a bit fast in your movements, alright? Don't take too much time. Follow my steps as I teach you guys and you'll probably be okay. So Surtur's almost done redeployment. Just place your gravel down. Oh wait, sorry. You should place your gravel down a bit longer. Reason being, I need to beat that spear. So my mistake over there. Then just turn on Surtur's skill as soon as it's ready, and just let Surtur take out the remaining health of the boss. Just like that. Alright, and then Surtur is just gonna grind it off. Okay, so I took a lot of time to explain in the normal mode and how to trim your medal. Next up, we're gonna do it in challenge mode, and I'm gonna explain less. Alright? The only thing that I need to explain about challenge mode is that the wits will take a more hits this time around, making the start of the stage even harder. So let's play it. Now, same way that we start the stage, I'm gonna place Myrtle over here. And I'll place Ethan. Now, this Wisp probably need to take about 5 more additional hits, which Ethan's not gonna help doing enough. So I'm gonna place Cruz here, and a Gravel here as well. So the assisting to kill any of the leaking whips. Then place Surtur here. And whenever your Myrtle skill is ready, feel free to turn it on, and then afterwards place your medics in. So medic number 1, and then medic number 2. Now retreat your Gravel and your Ethan when it's done, and then you can place in your healing defender. Turn on Surtur's skill. Now if you don't understand how the boss targets, he will land his lightning shot on 3 range units, which is why Cruz is under attack. If there's not enough range units, he will land the lightning on the last deployed unit. So let's remove Cruz, she's done over there. And then feel free, turn on your medic skill to heal Surtur even better. Right, a bit of a fight there. There you go. Then you can retreat Surtur and you can retreat your single target medic. Now Cruz is gonna take a little longer time to deploy, but don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. Then you can place your Ethan over here, same as what I did just now. Then you can place your Cruz here now, as soon as she's ready to be deployed. One guy might leap past. If this happens, you can place a Gravel here to hold him. Alright? Gravel can help to kill him as well. Just like that. So same idea, we're gonna place Lava only when the last lion is stuck onto spot, or your healing defender, whichever you brought. I can place a single target medic here now. So he's getting into spot's range. Okay, I can place my AoE caster. I'm gonna turn on Lava's skill just to kill a bit faster now. Again, when the first lion dies, remove your marksman sniper. You need to make sure that you kill both lions at the same time. And bam! They come out, the blocks are out. So let's trick the boss again. I place Surtur there, and the last deployed one, I'll place Gravel. So Ethan will kill, 20 enemies killed. Bam! Now, a bit of a difference this time around, I'm gonna keep Ethan in the stage because this is challenge mode. So I can kill the whips if I want to. Alright? Okay, let's turn on Surtur's skill. And then I'm gonna activate Spot skill as well. Now, do place your Gravel in to bait the sword attack of the boss. Because I didn't do that in normal mode, now I do it this time. As soon as she can be deployed, just put her in. Okay, I activate my medic skill. If your spot goes down, just replace for another defender. Now you can retreat your Surtur, and you can place an AoE caster here. Then remember what we taught, or what I taught you in normal mode. We'll trap the last lion with a Gravel. So we delay, we spread the lions apart, so that the last one will die the slowest. Okay, let me turn on Lava's skill. Alright, so one lion here. Let's trap him with Gravel. Then we only let Gravel go when the second lion is stuck onto your defender. Alright, looks like it. It's all good. Then let's set up the bottom left as well. So I'm gonna place a steward there and Surtur as well. Okay, let's retreat our medics earlier. Alright, so medic number 1, medic number 2, I'm retreating them. Now I'm gonna turn on Lava skill so that she can kill that last lion faster. So that he can spawn his blocks. Great. Now retreat Lava. Don't let Lava do anything. Just like that. Let Ethan kill the blocks for you. So, and then the core is gonna spawn. And there you go. Enough enemy count. Let's place Cruise here and Gravel here again to kill the little few more whips that you have to get rid of. And you're gonna see the boss early spawning in just a little bit. Is it enough whips yet? Yeah, there you go. That's enough whips. So let's retreat everybody. Now, place your medics here. The ones that you just retreated. Just place them down. I don't really care where and how you put them. Turn on certain skill. Why do you need to place your medics? You're actually baiting the boss to attack them. So that you can keep Stewart alive a little longer. Just like that. And then chill. Right? Don't need to do anything. Just let the boss scream all he wants. We're gonna use the magical bottom left tile. Hey, keep watch on Surtur's redeployment time. When it's between 10 to 15 seconds, then you can deploy your Gravel to bait the spear attack of the boss. So it's around there, about 10 to 15 seconds. Let's place Gravel in. The lightning strikes, and then a spear comes down. Bam! There you go. And then you can place in your Surtur. Now activate Surtur's skill whenever he's ready. And she's just gonna strike out the boss. There you go. Challenge mode done and dusted for you guys. I hope this guy is easy for you to follow. Probably entertaining as well, I think, the way that I present it. So, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Alright, I think this is gonna help you guys so much. See you guys! Enjoy Invitation to Wine.